So I thought I would do something a bit different today, and I thought I would run you through my favourite SPFs. So I know that SPF is probably the most boring subject ever, but it's the one thing that I always harp on about. Like, anyone who knows me will know that all I ever talk about is SPF. And I feel like this is going to be like the hill that I die on, but it's just going to be something like, basically SPF is just something that everyone should be wearing like every single day. And I know I'm like a broken record, and I know we've all heard it before, but I just wanted to like prove that actually some of the formulas that are around now aren't thick or heavy or greasy or oily or will break you out, like any of that stuff. Like, I feel like they're the excuses that I always hear, but actually there's so many products that don't do that. So I just thought I would show you on camera like so I've got 3 SPFs here, just to kind of talk through them and to kind of prove to you that actually they're not as scary as they have to be, and that really there isn't an excuse not to be wearing it. For the music fans, it's a bit depressing. I'm listening to Lewis Capaldi, but I don't know what song this is, but basically it's on YouTube because I've put it on the TV because I'm filming from my living room, and obviously I'm now more obsessed with him than ever, if that was possible, because I saw him on Thursday at Wembley, and honestly he was incredible. Like, I really just love him so much. But yeah, so I'm listening to Lewis Capaldi, and this is a really depressing song. I probably should have thought about that. I also probably should have done my hair for this. I haven't washed my hair since Wednesday. Oh my god, is it Wednesday? I don't think I've washed my hair since Wednesday, and I'm really sorry. Probably should have made a bit more effort, but anyway, here we go. So the 3 that I'm going to be talking about are these. So this is Medik8 Advanced Day Total Protect. This is Garnier Sensitive Advanced Face SPF 50+, and this is Glossier Invisible Shield. Let's start with Glossier. So Glossier is a brand that I think I've said this before, but it's a brand that I probably wouldn't necessarily have trusted for skincare. I normally prefer my skincare to come from brands that are like cosmeceutical brands that I just seem a bit more trustworthy. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just associate Glossier with more like makeup and more like things that aren't as serious as SPF. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does, but it just took me a while to even get around to trying this, but I think it was after I spoke to someone in the R&D department that said, oh, you should try it and then like come back to me. So I did, and since then I think I've got maybe 3 or 4 tubes of this, and honestly I really feel like this is a great entry point into SPF. If you've never used it before, if you haven't worn it under makeup before and you're just really trying to get into it, I think this is probably a great starting point. So I think this is about £20. It's SPF 30, UVB and UVA, which is very important, and honestly it is probably the most invisible SPF I've ever come across. So this is a new one. It might take me a while to get some pumps out. Oh great, this is going well. So okay, this is a new one, so the pump's a bit dodgy, but this is what it looks like on, and then when you rub that in, it literally just disappears. It is slightly fragranced, so if your skin is like super sensitive, I would probably stay clear of it, but that has literally like just disappeared. I just want to do that again just to prove. Like, so yeah, literally put it on, rub it in, and it actually feels really refreshing, and it kind of dries to a kind of a semi-matte finish. So I apply SPF as the last stage in my skincare routine and before foundation, so I don't wear primer anymore. I used to wear primer, but now I just don't. I just feel like it's too many steps before I get to my foundation. So SPF is always the last step before I do any makeup. And yeah, I just can't rave about it enough. It is so good. So yeah, I just think that should be a staple in anyone's bag. And also I just think Glossier is one of those brands that like is really nice, and it just kind of, I don't know, it just feels really like relevant. That makes me sound like an absolute twat, but it just feels like it's a cool brand, and the fact that they're doing a really good SPF is just like, I just think it's a really good thing. So the second one I'm going to talk about is this Medik8 Advanced Day Total Protect. This is just a mini one that I think I got in a set at Christmas. But this is the SPF that got me into wearing SPF every day, because it kind of proved to me that SPF didn't have to be scary. This song is still being really depressing. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's like some sort of instrumental situation, but anyway, let's just deal with it, hey? But yeah, so this is the SPF that got me into SPF, and it is the most expensive of all of them. So I think this is maybe around £38 for a full size. This one's only a mini 15ml. I think full size is maybe 30ml or maybe 50ml actually, I'm not sure. But so Medicate is the sort of brand that I'm talking about when I say like a brand that I really trust. I feel like every product that they launch is just incredible. Like, I just think the research and the science and the knowledge that goes into their bits like is really just admirable. And they're completely cruelty free. Like, they're based in the UK, so everything's made in the UK. And they're just a really great brand. And I rave about them probably far too much, but genuinely I just think their products are amazing, and they're all a really good price point for like the technology and the science and the expertise that you're getting. So yeah, this is the SPF that kind of proved to me that SPF didn't have to be like scary. So again, this is a new one. So it's kind of like this, I don't know if you can see, like a yellowy colour. And again, like when you rub it in, it doesn't leave a white cast. Like, it just blends seamlessly. And this one I think is fragrance free. Like, this would be perfect for any skin. And yeah, that just disappears. Again, like, there's no residue, like there's no greasiness, there's no oiliness. It's just, yeah, it's just gone. And again, that sits really well under makeup. I would probably wait about 5 minutes or so for that to absorb before I apply foundation on top. But yeah, there's nothing more that I can really say, to be honest, because these SPFs are just, basically I'm just sick of the excuses. I don't know if you can tell. Honestly, so I sound like a broken record, I really do. But yeah. And then finally, this is Garnier Ambre Solaire Sensitive Advanced Face SPF 50+. So this is actually nearly all gone. But this is a new one from Garnier, and I think this is £12. It's 40ml, and this is one I've been using the most recently, and I just think that this is absolutely incredible. So Garnier is probably one of the most trusted high street brands for sun care. Like Ambre Solaire, like the technology and the science and the research that goes into it, and I think everything from Garnier is approved by some sort of like skincare regulating body, or I can't remember what it's called, but some sort of like, basically some dermatologist regulating body situation. So yeah, this one is the new launch from Garnier, and this is a bit more watery than the others, so I don't know if you can see there. It's definitely a lot runnier, and it's, again, it is still just as, like, just disappears just as easily. And this one actually has, I think the technology in it, don't quote me on this, but I think the technology in it is like that it kind of, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, and it has kind of like little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, it's like little spheres, and when you apply them it kind of like spreads out, so even if you're not rubbing it in properly, you're more protected against the sun because of the way that the formula works. I think that was a really bad explanation, but hopefully it makes a little bit of sense, I don't know. But yeah, again, just a really lightweight formula. This one's probably the dewiest of all of them, and it kind of feels maybe a little bit more oily, but it isn't oily. And yeah, this one kind of leaves more of a, just a dewier, kind of more, like, I guess just more highlighted finish. I don't know why I keep swatching this, because this is literally about to run out. But yeah, it's just does not leave any sort of like evidence that it's there. And then another thing, so obviously when I rave about SPF, people always say that, but you're supposed to like reapply it like every few hours, and you are, and I'll be honest, I don't. I just feel like any protection is better than no protection. But also Garnier, so they have these SPF mists, which I honestly cannot, like, I could not love them anymore. Like, they're so clever. So this one's SPF 50, and I think I bought this for my holiday last year. And then this one is a hydrating one, but it's SPF 30, and it's also anti-UV and anti-pollution. So these are like just great for, probably better for like being on holiday, but also just for like anyone that lives in the city or anyone that just wants that like kind of reassurance that you are topping your SPF up as much as possible. But these are super light like mists, don't know if you can see, but yeah, you just kind of mist it over and they sit well over makeup. They'll kind of like refresh. Oh god, I just like, oh, I've just swallowed that. Oh Jesus. But yeah, they're just really light, and yeah, they can be applied over makeup. This one is basically the same. I'm going to make myself choke again, probably. But yeah, and they're also just really good in the summer, so if you keep them in the fridge, they'll just like be really refreshing. And yeah, it just kind of gives you a little bit more of like added protection. So I really rate those, and those are kind of the thing that I recommend for people who want to just keep applying SPF, because I mean, it's not really that, like, it's not really, what am I trying to say? It's not that realistic that you would like remove your makeup and then reapply SPF and then put your makeup back on, especially like during the work day, or just, in fact, at any time. Like, that's not something that anyone would do. So yeah, they're kind of my 5 staple SPF products that I just think you can't be without. Yeah, and you could buy like this and this for like 20 quid, and I just think it's the best thing that you can do for your skin in terms of like anti-aging, in terms of like just the general skin health, the appearance of it. And yeah, because UVA rays can penetrate windows, so even if you're in an office all day and don't get much sunlight, even in the winter, whatever, like, it's something that you still have to wear. And I also think it's just really good to get into the habit of doing it. So I now wear it every single day, and I just think getting into the habit of doing it every day, it then just becomes a lot more normal. And yeah, so that's my kind of shouty message, SPF message. But yeah, please wear it every day. Please let me know if you've got any questions or if I can help with anything, and maybe I will talk about my favourite retinols and my favourite vitamin C's if this goes down well. Who knows? I don't know. And yeah, sorry the music was a bit shit. I don't know what Lewis is doing. I don't know what's happened. But yeah, okay, thanks, bye.